Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm bright and early this morning, decided to go and get my blood test at the doctor, come straight back and start crafting. So I'm also hoping you have a better angle this morning and that you can see more of what I'm doing. Yeah, it's been tricky, but I think I've done it. So today in the description box you will see that I've done as promised. I've kind of put into some kind of order some of the downloads that I really like and that I've downloaded from Etsy, that I've purchased from Etsy, and also the shops that I really like. Now I've not included Shabby Dabby Doodah, the Paper Outpost, Porch Prints, Victoria Designs. Those, if you watch any other channels, you will see that people use those all the time. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, they're fantastic. But I'd like to give some airtime, as small as my audience is. I know I only have a small amount of subscribers, but I'm hoping that will go up. And I want to give a shout out to those people that are making beautiful digitals but don't necessarily get the kudos on YouTube that they deserve. So today I'm going to show you some of the digitals that I really love. I've obviously done a link to most of them, but there's just a couple that I'm going to be working with today that I want to share with you. This one is particularly beautiful. I don't think I've I don't know if I've printed everything off from this. Bear with me. No, I've printed some of it off, not all of it, okay? Because of the way that I'm doing the pages in this botanical journal. So this one is from Janie B Journals, okay? And her stuff is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at these beautiful labels and this wonderful envelope that she's done. It's just stunning, and this is one of my favorites. I don't think I've ever seen anyone create a digital doily with flowers inside and script and everything. So again, I absolutely love that, and this beautiful clock here. And here's some more from that kit, and some more. And I've just printed out some of her background papers, 2 to a page, just because I think I want them quite small. And this is just one of her background papers. There's some beautiful ones in there, but I'm only printing off small amounts for what I'm actually using today. So that's Janie B Journals. And then I've printed out some more of Saturday Stampers. These are, yeah, vintage quote labels, but they're called something else. Inspiration, I can't remember, but yeah, this is the small page of vintage quote labels that they have in their shop, and I really like them. Be fearlessly authentic. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Thought that was lovely. So I printed some more of those off. So that's the first one. The other shop that I want to show you is Allure Books Craft. Allure Books Craft. And I printed 2 of these. These are little tiny booklets that you fold up and create a little tiny booklet. But I haven't done it yet, but they are, the collage on them is just beautiful. So I've got a couple of those. That's in their shop now. Allure Books Craft, let's get that right. Allure, A-L-L-U-R-E. And then this is a set of their collage papers, which I just absolutely love. I mean, look at that, that's beautiful. And they're so vintage and so pretty. And I believe this may be a second set. I'm sure this is the same person. I think this is just a different set that they've got in their shop. I'm sure of it. So I think this is a couple of kits. But they are, look at that lovely little bird. They're so pretty. And there's a ticket one, which is lovely. So I just wanted to share these with you because Allure Books Craft is not someone I've ever heard mentioned on the people that I watch, and I'm talking about Angela Kerr and Artie Mays, the Paper Outpost, all of those people that everybody always references, 49 Dragonflies, just all of those people that you, when you watch the big channels, and I say the big channels with, you know, 5,000 plus subscribers, they're the people who always mention those particular kits. And you know how much I love Shabby Dabby Doodah's kits. I love her labels and everything, and there's others that I absolutely love. I've got a lot of Victoria Designs. I've just purchased and printed off their butterflies. These are their inch. These all come in different sizes in the kit. but these are their inch butterflies, and I'm going to have a go at cutting some of those out for the journal as well with my inch punch. But yes, so I just wanted to give them a shout out. So what you'll find is I've just spent ages compiling the list. In the description box you will see lots and lots of links. The first set of links are just for some items that I thought you'd be interested in, that are really reasonably priced and will help you keep on a budget, but start to journal and add some things to your journal that maybe you wouldn't have thought of because they're too expensive. I don't want to get into digitals, you know, or that just I think they're really useful. And then the second set, I'm just looking at it now, I've got a whole list of shops that I think are so worth looking at, and people that are just not mentioned. And I'm not criticising anyone for not mentioning them. I'm sure they're mentioned somewhere, but I'm saying the big subscriber channels don't always mention the smaller people. Now the exception to that is Gail Agostinelli. I hope I've said your name right, Gail. She mentions everybody. She's lovely. You can send her your kit and she will do her best to show it on camera. And she did it for me, bless her. She did my doilies. She's such a sweet lady, and she just doesn't mind who she shares, and I would like to be the same of that. And the reason I talk about this is I've had a bit of a rough experience recently where I was trying to share some doilies with somebody that I really liked and I thought they were fantastic, and I shared them with 3 people actually, and one was Tina, and Tina's shown mine so often I'm gonna have to give her a commission. She's lovely, and I said to her, you don't have to, but I just wanted them to have them. Because I just wanted them to enjoy using them, and not necessarily on camera. I just thought that thinking of their style, it might be something they like. One person I shared them with actually ended up creating their own doilies and selling them in their shop. The second person I tried to share them with, I just don't think wants them, because I've been I've kind of been turned down a couple of times when I've tried to send a link or a voucher. So yeah, I mean, it happens, you know, not everybody wants to share things on camera, and I understand that. And as I say, I really don't care if anyone shares my things on camera. I just want the people that I really love and have inspired me to just enjoy having an extra digital to play with. But yeah, I would really like to thank Tina for that, because she shared my digitals twice. She's such a sweet pea. And that's really kind of her, so I do appreciate it. But I just hope you're enjoying them, Tina. And you did email me, message me and say that you love them, so I'm really glad. And any new ones I will probably send to you as well for you to enjoy, because I've still got more to put in the shop, so more will be coming your way. But yeah, so I just want to give some kudos to people that are perhaps not getting as much subscriber time. I mean, they may have channels, don't get me wrong, they may have channels and have plenty of subscribers to share to them, but they're just not people I've heard of. And I just want to make sure that, you know, if they don't have a channel, if they just have an Etsy shop, that they have the exposure that they deserve, because as I say, they really are fantastic printables, and they're very reasonable. So I'm just going to be doing a bit of crafting, with you today. I'm going to try and carry on this this journal, this botanical journal, but I'm probably going to keep pausing the video to go and grab things, because I think I'm going to really try and make some ephemera. I was watching Tina the other day, and she was filling up a journal that she'd made, and she was saying, you know, you can never have enough ephemera. You think you've got enough, but you haven't. And I think I probably am going to agree with that, because I'm looking at how much I've just used on 2 pages, and it's quite shocking really how much you get through. So let's just take that out, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through and cut out some of these butterflies. So there you go. So how are you all? Are you all doing well? I'm really glad it's cooled down. It was really hot yesterday, and stupidly I chose that day just to nip out and do some extra shopping, which was really silly of me, because I was just melting. The only nice place that was cool was Iceland. So I was quite happy to go in there and grab the last few bits that I needed. But yes, it was very hot, and I was just melting slowly, even with the air conditioning on. And I'm finding, I must admit, the more air conditioning I have and more fans I have on, the bigger the headache. I think my sinuses are not happy with the amount of fans that I'm having on. I try not to blow them in my face, but you know, sometimes you just want to cool down, don't you? And your face seems to be the best way of doing it, but actually it's your feet, apparently. If you get really hot, cool your feet down. So there we go. So yeah, I was just wanted to see how these turned out. They're really good. This isn't the best punch in the world, so they may need a tiny trim there, but and if you can tell me down below if this is a better angle for you to watch when I'm posting videos. I've tightened everything up. I've moved my my stand. I've kind of done all I can to try and get it in the right place. There goes Jessie. It's like Jessie says hello to you every day, isn't it? I just despair of that dog. The clicker training is happening. You'd be pleased to hear. She is kind of responding, occasionally not responding. She was asked to sit with the clicker this morning and decided that she didn't need to do that for a treat. She would just sit there and look cute, and somehow it would just magically appear in her mouth. Well, it didn't. She actually made me laugh because she after she wouldn't sit, we said, no, well, you don't get a treat then, a small treat, and she just walked away, as much to say, well, I don't want one. 8-pound dog with attitude. Oh my goodness, she's just the funniest. And the lady the lady that I originally got her from, she was actually born into a family, so she wasn't a breed or anything like that. The lady had a little tiny Shih Tzu, very small Shih Tzu called Ruby, and Ruby had this one litter of pups, and the lady was really, Tammy her name was, she's lovely, I still stay in contact with her. She wouldn't let them go to some people. She didn't feel comfortable with some of the people that came to look at the puppies, so we were kind of really chuffed when she decided we were okay. And we got Jess, and honestly she was the tiniest thing in the world. She weighed about, I suppose, a pound. And she was just beautiful, and she was very smooth coated, but as she's got older she's gone very scruffy, kind of a bit like her mum. Her mum was kind of a, you know, like Shih Tzu coat, and she's very much like that. But anyway, so Tammy kind of wished that she'd kept one, because she loves animals. She's got rabbits and guinea pigs and dogs and goodness knows what, but she kind of wished that she kept one, so she decided that she would just let Ruby have one more litter before she was spayed. And she's had one more, and she sent me a picture of the one of the puppies, and I was just like, oh my god, because they look exactly like Jess did, and they're just slightly different colours, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And she said that she's had the puppies and every single one of them was going to a family member, which just shows you just how adorable they were. And I mean, Jessie's yappy. She has a Chihuahua yap without a doubt, and she's very bolshy. You know, she's a very bold little dog. I mean, we used to laugh at her because she was just after she'd had her last jabs and she was clear to go out. She would just be so bold with other dogs. She just wasn't phased by meeting much bigger dogs. She would just, you know, go up to them and sniff them and play with them, and she just didn't care. And she would go off in the park by herself, you know, wander off. She didn't look back. She was just incredibly bold, and that's what she's always been like. She's barking again now. Sorry, just had to get her to be quiet. She's been really naughty again. So yeah, they've got lots of brothers and sisters now, and there's about 11 of them in this world, and I have to say I'm very jealous of anybody that owns one. Even though I do own one, but a second one or whatever, because they're just, oh my goodness, they're beautiful, beautiful temperament little Shih Tzu Chihuahuas, very sweet little dogs. I mean, she loves children. She does growl if she doesn't know anyone, but as soon as I say no, and I kind of say to her, who's that, she then just licks them all over and won't leave them alone. And actually she's not always like that with everybody, because I've had my friend from down the road, our neighbour Lorraine, she came in and she just covered her in dog spit. So so there we go. I've just chopped all those out. I've got one more strip to do, and they've worked really well actually. I just think I need maybe a little trim around the outside, because this is not the sharpest. That's a little bit better. Maybe I need to push a bit harder. The sharpest circle punch in the world. And these would be great if you want to kind of turn them into a cabochon, you know, if you do resin or you know, like that, I can't think of the name of the things that you, is it gloss drops that you put over the top, something like that? I've never really played with those, but I know that some people do. But anything like that, you know, to make them look like a button or a cabochon would be quite nice. So there we go, those are all done. So I've got those to use today, and you know, as I say, forgive me because I'm going to be grabbing things from around the room, and I don't want you to have to watch me gather lots of bits and bobs when you know, when you should be watching crafting. So the other kit I wanted to tell you about that I've just got here, this is again another one from Janie B Journals, and this one is called, let me think, this is a delicate pink and blue kit, I think it's called. And again, I've not printed everything off, but look at that colour of that paper, and all of the papers match. Oh, I've just thrown with the paper all my little cutouts and my butterflies. Let's put those in a pile over there. Yeah, I've just printed some of the pages off, because obviously that's beautiful green, because obviously I'm just doing a couple of pages in a journal, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use. This is like a pink and blue, and I love the fact that she's chosen the green from the kit as the background pages rather than the pink and blue. It's beautiful. So I must have flowers always and always, Claude Monet. That's lovely. And then there's some more there that are kind of a pinky green colour, which are really pretty. So I'm going to use some of that today as well. Right, and I've lastly got, now I think this is Gardener's, ooh, Tina might have to tell me. This is Shabby Dabby Doodah. Again, I've printed just some of the things off. It's a gardening, oh, I can't think of it, gardening joy kit, gardening, I can't remember, gardening lady kit, I can't remember, but it's in her shop, and it's this beautiful vintage colour, just pretty images, and it's like a pale green. It's very different from that one, and it's very Art Nouveau. So I've actually printed that off in the hope that we could get rid of a few more of my stickers that I have, something that might kind of go with it. So we'll, I mean, that one might there, looking at that. So I'd like to use a few more, oh, I've got a ticket there, a few more of these if I can in the junk journal. So we'll leave those over there as well. I've got my normal little batch of, oh, these are, no, this is something different. This is actually the small Tim Holtz ephemera that is, trying to think of the name, Field Notes, but this is the small version with all the bees and butterflies. So I got that the other day from eBay, and I thought, great, because that's teeny tiny. And then I've got, oh, over here, there's the art glitter glue. I've got my whole stash of my labels, my dinky labels. I think there's some Tina in here. There's also some Tracy Fox. Just dinky labels are in that one. And then, oh yes, over here, I've got the larger labels from that Tim Holtz kit. Any kind of labels that were floating around my desk. Some of those quotes again, and yeah, just slightly larger labels are in that little box. So we've got those three ready as well. I wasn't sure if I could use some of these today in like a pink spread. These are from the Works, and there's some really pretty images, and they're quite, some are quite vintage. I quite like those. These are just die cuts, I guess, for cards, because there's some happy birthdays in there and things, but there are some beautiful images as well. So I've pulled those out. I've used a couple there, as you can see, in another project. That's really pretty. Ooh, blank page. Oh, that's it, that's the end. And then this one I think is more shabby chic, if I remember rightly. So I was thinking this would be really good for a pink page, although there are some other colours as well, but in fact I think it's just the background that's pink. Most of this is all completely different colours. Lilac. There's some postcard ones, yeah, and a little one with a ruffle on the page. So I thought we could use some of these. I think these are still available in the Works. They were just a die cut book, not expensive at all. I've pulled out some of my doilies again, which we will use. There's quite a few in here. I've pulled out some of the handkerchiefs, the smaller snippets. So these are the collection, And the idea of these is you can use them as a complete pocket, or you can just tear these out. And I will give you a little heads up, coming soon, and it's Tina that's given me this idea, so I will be sending them to her as a special gift. Tina does a lot of tearing, so I've decided that all of these tiny images, so here I will shrink this, and I'm just going to put them all onto some A4 paper, and I'm going to call them the tearing selection, that you literally can tear into tiny pieces and use in your journal. So I will be sending probably a digital copy of those to Tina. Here's just some odds and ends paper that was hanging around on my desk. I've had a good tidy. There's a CD case, and then there's some background newspaper and things, and letters that I printed off. More paper. This is a plastic window from an envelope, so there's some bits in there that we can use today. What else do I have? And then we have this big bag of ephemera, which I've just cut out, which again I'll be delving into. Scraps and finished projects are all in here, lots of stuff. And then I've got the lilac kit from Porch Prints over there. There's just everything everywhere. So what I will be doing is, as we do each page, I'll be pausing, cutting, getting some resources together before we carry on. Okay, all that said, 20 minutes of yabbering. Let's get on with it. So last time we did a nice yellow page, and then I started this kind of blue page, but I wasn't totally happy with everything there, and I wasn't really sure how to do this, you know, what to do with these. And I wish now that I'd kind of done a flip up. So I'm wondering if we could join this here and do a flip up on this page where these sit in. So I'm just going to grab the blue kit from Janie B Journals and see what we have that we could possibly use. I mean, look at those beautiful tags. Just seeing if she's got a tuck spot or something. I'm wondering whether, just seeing whether there's another way. Let's get rid of those labels. I'm wondering if I could use some of this this beautiful blue paper to create something here. I'm just wondering if I could create something new where it's kind of attached with a tab and it flips. Should we see if we can do that? That'd be fun, won't it? Let's try and create something completely new. So I'm going to just shift that out of the way, and the first thing I'm going to do is cut this down. So I'd quite like to have a floating pocket. Now I don't know if anyone's ever done this before, but I'm wondering if we fold this in half for a start, and then I'll just, I hope you can see all this, guys, because it should be a slightly better angle. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Oh, I need a bigger desk. I think to what size your desk, you always want a bigger one, don't you? But then you just end up with more stuff all over it. Well, I think that's it. I know I would. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the weather yesterday. A bit too hot for me, as usual. I'm such a whinger. So I just take off that piece there and just trim this down. It's quite nice being in the car, just with the aircon on. I can't drive for very far because of my hips, but it wasn't too far to drive, and I'd taken lots of painkillers, so it was pretty good yesterday. And I went and bought some dog biscuits and things that my cats and dogs needed. Yes, I have cats as well. Crazy woman. Just going to trim that again because that did not go very well. There we go. Just trim that last bit off. Okay, so then I'm just thinking I want to slice this. How wide are they? So they would fit in there. So I'm just going to slice this down here. Yeah. Okay. We'll save this piece for something else. And then I'm thinking that my pocket will be attached this way, and then these will go into the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out a little notch. Oops, let's try and get it in the right hole. The right way around. Just to eyeball that. Quite like a deep pocket, sometimes a deep notch. So yeah, so let's see. So if that's Going to attach that way. Oh, I shouldn't have put that there, should I? Because it's going to look a bit weird now. Oh, phooey. Sorry guys, I'm trying to sort of do something off the cuff. Right, let's try that again. Keep those. Right. I'm going to need to attach it here so it flips like this. So let's get my scoreboard. And I'm just going to score, say, 1/2 inch along there. Oh, sorry. Going a bit wibbly woo there. That's okay. And I'm just thinking that this could sit. Ooh, sorry, I've hit you again. There we go. So this could sit here. Might have to go that way with it. As a flip out, let's see. Yeah, that would lay it flat, wouldn't it? That's the better way. So have a flip there on the center of the page. Yep, I like that. So now we need to do the little notch. Won't go as deep this time. Okay, and then we need to go around the outside here. Let's make sure this art glitter glue is working. Yeah, it was really funny actually, because I found some really good dog treats yesterday that I'd not seen before, and they didn't have anything yucky in them, which is what I look for. I don't want any rubbish in the treats that I give the dogs. And they were in pound stretcher, and I went in there for something else. I can't remember what it was, but I saw them and I was like, oh, let's have a look at those, they're new. And that was the other day when I went shopping, but this time we went back to get some more for my neighbour as well, but both my neighbours actually, because they both got one of them's got dogs and the other one has their daughter's dog from time to time. So I went over and there was just, people had cottoned on really quickly and there were hardly any left. So I was like, whoa, okay. So yeah, they're really popular. They're like in the shape of a tortoise and a starfish, and they're beef and cheese and chicken and stuff. So my dogs just went a bit loopy for them. That's better. But yeah, so that was quite good finding those, although they were almost sold out when we went there. It's always the way, isn't it, when you find something great. So yeah, I was sort of nipped in there, very hot in that shop, although there weren't many people in there, which is nice. And then just into, you know, Iceland and normal shops. Where I live, there's only one real big shopping area. So if you're a shopaholic, this is not the place to live. So, and I'm not, luckily. So yeah. When you kind of go out, you have to do it all at once, because it's just loads of, it's like a big business park, and you have to kind of, you know, each shop you have to drive to. You can't really walk to them because they're all big places, so it can be a bit exhausting, keep getting in and out of the car, and kind of loading it up with each thing that you've bought. But yeah, so that's where I was yesterday. Wished I'd kind of left it till today now, but never mind. So there we go. There's kind of like a flip pocket, I don't know what you'd call that. And I think we're going to decorate that as well. I'm just going to put these two pieces of ephemera in there. Ooh, might need to get my foam folder in there because I may have put a bit too much glue. Let's see. Whoop. No, that's fine. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm really glad it's cooler today. My dogs are a lot happier because it was really hot. So, alright, so let's look from this kit now and see what else we can put on there, if we've got an image or something pretty. I quite like the contrast of the, maybe putting one of these on here just to give it that. What have we got on this one? Oh, we've got the little clock. I quite like the idea of the little clock. I'm going to snip that one out. I don't know about you, but I can't sleep when it's hot either. I just toss and turn the whole time. No matter how many windows you have open, it's just, ugh. It seems we are destined for days of 35 degrees rather than when I was a kid. You know, 25 was the norm for a summer holiday. You'd get some hot days, but yeah, certainly not continuous 35 degrees or 30 degrees. That didn't seem to happen. I know we had some heat waves in the 70s. I remember my mum telling me when I was tiny. There was some really bad heat waves and stuff. So, right, let's make sure I've got my clock up the right way. There we go. So I'll just put that one on there. And I feel like I want some lace or something. So I'm just going to grab some. Okay, I've got a nice little piece of lace there. I'm looking at some labels again. Quite like that to a quote. Just see, I quite like this little thing there. See what else we have in the depths of this huge bag. There's a lot of it. It's a nice blue one there, and one of Tina's I can see floating about in the bottom. I'm just pulling out any ones that I think will go, and then we'll play around with them and see which one is going to work. Let's see. Right, I've got a few then. And we've got some dinky ones in front of me, and I've got some butterflies and bugs and things, so we'll play around with these. I think I quite like a ticket, but I think I'm going to actually put the ticket on here with a paper clip. I feel that might work really well. Yeah, so that's going to go on there. We need to decorate it first. Just seeing what we've got. I'm just going to pull out some of these as well. A nice little blue tag there, and a butterfly. Let's see, and a little field label. I quite like that one. I like everything, let's be honest. Teeny tiny one there. Oh, and some blue. Really going for the blue today. Right, I think that's good. Let's see. I think I'm going to go for this label. I'm just going to grab my blue ink as well, and I should just say to you that I've actually labelled them all from the side. Really good tip, if you've got a label maker or just some labels, just label them and you can really see what you've got where, if you've got a lot of them like myself. Okay, we'll go for faded jeans again, which seems to be getting really hot up here. It's not good. So just muck up that little label there to go on that one, and just gently with the butterfly, and I want a little touch of it around this one. There we go, just a little bit of the blue there. I think, I'm not sure what other label I'm going to use. I'm going to put that away for a sec. Probably need some more of that. And then, oops, what's that one? Okay, that's kind of come out and gone awry. Right, let's just put this on top of that ticket. And then I'm not going to worry about distressing this one. Okay. I'm just going to put that inside like so. And then I think we're going to have flower here. sticking up. So yeah, quite happy with that. I'm just going to go around the outside to do the blue on this ticket as well. Blend that a bit there. Oh, I've just knocked the end off. Oh dear, crafting disaster. Okay, I've just knocked the end of that flower off. I don't know how, but I did. Okay, that's fine. Just going to muddy that up as well. That's fine. Slight boo-boo on that one. Okay, I'll just pop that on there, and then the butterfly I want to go on here along with, I quite like that one because of the colours. Just looking to see if there's anything else I want to put on there in all of my stash. Sorry if I'm being a bit quiet. For some reason I'm just really fatigued today. So I always tend to be a bit quiet because it's quite an effort to talk when you're fatigued. Oh dearie me. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. Right, let's move all of this out of the way now. Let's put that back in that pocket. Little tiny one there. Oh, that doesn't go in there. It goes in that one. Okay, let's pop those away. There we go. I quite like that page. So this page is more of a writing page. I don't know whether to put anything on the back there. I suppose I should really, shouldn't I? Because I think maybe just one of these then. One of these pretty ephemera pieces from that digi-kit, I think. I'll just cut this one out. Yeah, I'm very excited because I watched a video, well, it was a live actually with Niche Lady. If you watch the Niche Lady, she does vintage, and I actually won in her online auction, her live auction, 3 pairs of vintage earrings, and they look really pretty. It's very hard for her to show them properly on camera, but she's been so busy, and I finally managed to email her and say, do you want me to send postage, because I needed to send a little bit extra. And I said, you know, just put it on normal postage. It doesn't matter when it gets here. If it takes 6 weeks, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So she contacted me, bless her, Danny, and I said, I'll send it. And so sent the money to her. And so I'm really looking forward to getting those, because she does pick up some beautiful things. And one of the set of earrings is kind of like an Art Nouveau style. It's kind of, the shape's quite Art Nouveau. Very 1920s, 30s, and then the other pair are fans, which I really like the look of, and I can't remember what the other pair are, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I can't wait to get them. I'm quite excited now. So I quite like that. That's looking really sweet on that page. So that's a blue one. I've left this here for them to stick something in, because I don't want it over. I know the person this journal's for, and I want them to be able to kind of add to it, so I've kind of left that one there in case they want to take a postcard out and stick it there. So that's that one done. So what do you think? Next colour. Right, let me grab some supplies and we'll come up with a colour. I think it's going to be that beautiful green kit that I showed you earlier, with a little mix-in of Shabby Doodah. So bear with me, I'll go and grab it for you and we'll cut it all up. Just realised I forgot my piece of lace as well. So I'm going to do that just before I cut up other things. I was just sitting here and I saw it on the table. I was like, oops. So So see if that will go on there. I do apologise if I'm a bit quiet today. Let me know if you prefer me to put music on then go completely quiet. I know some people like music, other people don't. So there we go. Okay, that's really pretty. That just finishes that off. Okay, a quick slurp of my drink and a bit more cutting out, and I'm going to come straight back to you. Hi, so I'm now upright with my filming, and I just wanted to show you something that's just arrived as I was making my tea. So I've had a bit of a sort out on my desk. This arrived. Now this I purchased as a distress ink storage for IKEA Kallax unit. I don't have IKEA, but I just wanted this to sit on my desk. And obviously this is one of the reasons I labelled everything, and it's fantastic. There's loads of room on top for all of my Tim Holtz distress inks, distress stickles, the glitter, and then the this was that gold that I bought that this was that gold that I bought that I'm not sure about, the gilding cream. It really does smell. And then I've got the Inca Gold bronze, sorry, brown gold. That's that one. Very brown gold. And then the old gold. So they sit up there really nicely. I've had to move my scissors because they were hanging on those hooks, but that's okay. I've just put the little pairs in here. But I just wanted to show you. It's from lasersmith.co.uk. I bought mine through Amazon. I've just literally put it together with no glue. I've just slotted it in place because that way it's easy for me to take down again if I were to move or want to do something else with the craft room. So I've not actually wood glued it because it's not holding really heavy things, and I just wanted to jump on and show you that. So yeah, while I drink my tea, I just thought I'd quickly show you my new storage. This is one that I bought before from Etsy from a lady. She doesn't sell them anymore. I think that was 15. This one was 19.99, which wasn't too bad at all. But yeah, very easy instructions. As you can see, it wasn't hard. You just slotted everything together. It took me about 3 minutes. I'll just give you their phone number and everything. But very, very good. And that's my peel. I've got to take in a minute to stop me falling asleep and being all fatiguey. But yeah, so I just thought I'd jump on and just show you what's just arrived. So I'm quite chuffed with that. It's freed up a lot of space, actually. I used to have everything over here. I've got to move this basket somewhere, but all my distress inks were in here and it was just getting a mess. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so that's lasersmith.co.uk, and this is assembly diagram 864, and there's their website and their phone number and everything else. Okay, I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so I am back. Right, so what I've done is I've chosen some backing paper, whoop, from that pack, and I just decided for something different. I'm just going to create a little border around each page of our existing paper, and then just have these on here kind of as a additional. I can't even talk. I really need to take my pill. Oh no. There we go. Excuse my gulping. We are done. Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't have my, see what I mean? If I don't have corticosteroids at the right time, it actually makes me very, very sleepy, because that's what keeps you awake and keeps you going during the day. And yeah, so that's what was wearing off. I apologise if my video is a bit kind of all over the place. But it just happens, and it was just happened today. It wore off really quickly, much quicker than I thought, so I took it a little bit earlier than I normally would. And I'm also here in the morning rather than the afternoon, so that's why it's I do apologise. Feel free to stop watching. Oh dear. Such is the plight of someone with chronic illness. It is not easy. There we go. Right, enough whinging. Let's get on with this. Whoop. Just pull that off for a second, that paper clip that's holding that ticket on. Just for a minute. Where are you? Oh no, this one was, oh, that we don't need that one. That was holding the cards on that we've now made a pocket for. Okay, so I've chosen that pretty kind of green with the streaks of pink in it. And with this kit, there's some that are very green and cream, and then there's others that have got those hints in. So I'm kind of going to do a mixture of the two, I think. I love the idea of, I really like this big chunky tag that's here. I did cut out another one, but now I'm looking at that because all the green kind of matches. I'm thinking this would make a great journaling tag for this page. So if I get a bit too dozy, everybody, I'll just put some music on so you can watch me craft rather than hearing me blather on about nothing and getting all sleepy. I should be okay now, but I have got fatigue today, so it may just slow me down a little. It's not a horrendous bout, so that's good. It's not one that puts me in bed. It's funny actually, because when you're not poorly, you'd love a day in bed. But when you have to have one, you hate it. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure. I cut this one out, but it is very similar to the background, so I think it'll be kind of lost. I like this one with Believe on it, so I'm wondering if I could tie two tags together in it, like in a tag flip, whether that would work. Let's see. If you've made the Porch Prints rose tag flip, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're new to it, it just means sort of having tags that are put together with a usually with a brad or a, as we call it, like a split pin, and then you can kind of move them around. So I'm just looking and seeing, I'd like some different shape ones and some different colours, so I'm just wondering whether I might be worth cutting out these as well. One of these I quite like. Just trying to see if I like the, I do like the green. I like the contrast between that one and the others, so I'll probably just snip this. Sorry, this will be quite a long video today, guys. I don't normally do really long craft alongs, but it will be today. Okie dokie. Right, so I'm just thinking that, you know, that would make a nice flip. I've got a shorter, just trying to see if I've got a shorter kind of fatter one, if that makes sense, or something a little bit different. So I'm just flicking through. Nope, can't see anything there, so I think we'll just stick with that. I'm just going to have a little tag flip there, and we'll see how we want to secure that in. So the first thing I'm going to do is put them all together, and then we'll yeah, I've got to search for them, but somewhere in here, oh, I have got some large let's see, I have got some large split pins, or brads as lots of guys in America call them. There we go. So there's kind of a copper colour. Oh, I do have these. These are new. Ooh, forgot about those. Let's see if we can use, oh, sorry, oh goodness me. Get used to the position of where that's at. So I've got a white one. I think the white one would look nice. I don't think the copper, I don't know though. No, I think the white, I prefer the white, I think. So what we need to do, I'm going to make a teeny hole with my crocodile, just a teeny weeny one. Let's see, let's put that down for a second. I think I've got a little bit of paper stuck in there. Nope, won't come out. Okay, we'll just leave that for a minute and hopefully it'll pop out. So we've got 1/8 of an inch there, and I think that will probably be fine, or maybe 3/16. Let's see. Yeah, I think probably 1/8 of an inch is going to be the tiny one, so we'll go with that. And I'm just going to pop that there. So there's my tiny hole. I'm just gonna, and that white will be covered up with this. I'm just gonna attach all of those. There we go. So now we've got, this is the tag flip that we've got. So that will work. I'm just gonna go around the outside with, don't think I want to do blue. I'm just looking and thinking if I might want to pick up the pink in that colour. So let's see, well, we've got worn lipstick is going to be, or maybe the lilac. Just looking at what's the best. It may be blue again, but, or maybe green. I think the blue is actually going to need to be picked up here as well. So we've kind of got two. Yeah, that works really well. So I'm just going to use what's on my blender with the faded jeans, just to go around the outside. Just define that really gently. Here we go. And the same with this one, I think. I'm just doing it really gently and with just the tiniest bit of ink on my blender because I don't want to go overboard with it. Oh, that did go overboard. Okay. It's a boo-boo, but it's a boo-boo we can live with. Put a few more on there like that so that it just kind of looks like it's meant to be. And then we'll pop this back together like so. There we go. And these little brads that I've got were from AliExpress. They're not expensive. So there's that. And now we need some sort of pocket to put that in, I think. So we have an envelope in this kit. I'm just seeing if we've got a nice pocket that would work. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. And then I can put one of these on. That's perfect. I love her kits. Janie B journals. Very, very pretty. Clever, clever lady. So we'll just cut round here. I was being all precise and then I realised they're the flaps, so I don't need to be precise. Okay. I'm going to take a quick slurp of my tea, guys. And knowing me, that was a big slurp on the sound. Okay. Oh, it's blissful. Jessie's gone to sleep, so she's not barking. It's probably the worst thing I can say because she'll hear something and then run out the garden, but so far so good. She's being a good girl. I think I'm going to put memories in this one because the lady that this journal is for, my friend, she has lots of lovely days out and she likes to take photos and kind of have memories of the day. So just going to snip that. It's just started to get warm up here, I think, because this morning when I came up it was quite cool, but it's got a bit warm again. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that little piece of paper. I'm just going to fold. I'm not going to worry about bone folding for this little one. I'm hoping and guessing that her tags will fit this perfectly. I hope so. Please. Okay, so there we have our little pocket. I'm just going to cut out a circle, semicircle, little thumb notch as I call it. Okay, lovely. And Here they are. Yep, they'll just fit, I think. If I'm really careful with glue, they will just fit inside just like that, which will look really, really pretty. But we need to decorate this, and I would like something to go behind it. So I'm thinking that I may use some of this paper to create something pretty in the background. I think I'm going to be using this. Now, I'm not going to use this on camera because I'm a bit rubbish at it, and you will laugh. But yes, you cut out a square, and then you can create this this pattern all around if you're good, if you're clever. So I'm going to go off camera. Well, I might not actually. I might just trim it and do it on camera. Why not? Let's see. Let's make a mess up together. It's actually why I don't use the punch very often. I did have the instructions, and they've kind of gone awry. And now I have trouble with it. I think we'll test on a blank piece of paper first and see what we can do. But I will just trim this, and I'm going to just make a little, yeah, let's just cut this down. I need to make a square. I think the idea is you have a square. So let's do 4 inches. No, let's do 5 inches, just 5 by 5, and then that way we can practice. Right, let's get another piece of paper and have a play with this. Let's see. I have a blank card which we could use. There we go. I think you have to do a square, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll just have a little practice with a square and see where we get. Okay. So, okay, that's the first one. Ah, look, I've already done it wrong. So that's the first corner, and then you would flip and do it. I'm going to have a go. Let's just do it now. So we want an outside corner, do we? Aha, so that, if I put that in there, no, right, maybe that way. So that's going to cut, right, so when we put it in, it's going to cut this way, isn't it? So like that. So that would be that corner. Okay. That still doesn't look right. Do you see what I mean? Oh, hang on, maybe that is it. Oh my goodness. Well, that's created kind of a, yeah, that has, oh, I quite like that. That's created something. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. Do you know what? Oh, we've got some pretty things here though. Look at those swirls. I'm presuming the other swirls are in, oh yeah, because there's a back to it, so the other swirls will probably pop out as well. Okay, let's just move that to one side and bring my journal back in. Still don't know what I'm doing with that punch. Oh dear. I'm definitely going to have to trim this in some way, aren't I? Because this just doesn't look right at all. But I'm just worried that when I start trimming it, I'm going to mess it up. Because that's just really strange. Oh no. Okay. I don't think it's going to be a symmetrical shape particularly by the time I finish with it. Okay. Just making the best of it, I think. So we've got this. Let's see where our pocket went underneath all this stuff. So yeah, we've got that pocket there. I don't know whether to just put this behind it. No, that's not going to work, is it? Maybe that off center would work. I just fancied something sort of different there. I do like that. I just think I need some more ink around it, and we'll see what happens. No, I tried to do something clever with that and I completely messed it up, so I'm going to have to cover up that side. Oh dear, not with it today. Okay. I am going to cover that up now because it looks awful. I might just blend it up slightly so that you can just see a little bit of it. The oxide is good for that, for blending, I must admit. Okay, right, let's just do it now because I've really messed that up. You can see where I was going with this, but it just didn't quite work out. Right, we're gonna put that down. We're gonna get this stuck down. Oh dear. Oh, dearie me.